adjust this. The boom was a little premature. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, boom. There we are. So, here we are again. Back at it. My hair looks freaking crazy. I didn't realize how weird my hair looked. It doesn't look that bad in the camera, but it's a little messy. It's all right. Whatever. Yeah, I got some bench today, man, and it's just been a busy weekend, and then it's turning into a busy week for me again. Here, slide around. I capped off last week incredibly busy at work. Just tons going on, man. There's just so much going on right now. I'm very busy. I'm very blessed to be very busy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just, merely stating that it's been busy. Been busy at work. It's been, so it's made, I don't know. I'm just not used to it, I guess. Uh, I'm usually like, I stay busy at work. I don't want it to come off like I don't do shit, because I do. I mean, every day of every week, I have something to do usually. And, but it's just never like I'm able to get it done. I have enough time in the day to get it done. And, it's usually with some time left over to spare, right? Which is why I'm able to go to the gym. It's because I do have some spare time left over after I'm done with everything. So I'm just not used to having to work till 5 p.m. on a Friday, which I had to do. I had to work. I think I had to work past 5 p.m. on Friday, and it was kind of just new territory for me, But again, very blessed to be in that position. I am grateful to be busy. Don't get me wrong. I really, truly, genuinely am. It's a blessing. So, that said, busy weekend as well. Saturday morning, woke up and ran. Didn't do anything crazy. I think I did a 5K, like just shy of 3.08 miles. At a pretty slow pace. I felt like I was moving, dude. I remember feeling like, holy smokes, I'm getting it. And then my average pace was like close to 10 minutes. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm not getting it. At least not as much as I thought I was. So that was that. Then we had Saturday. What else did I do on Saturday? Oh yeah, Saturday night I went to a Monster Jam. Took the family to Monster Jam. Everyone except my daughter. She was not interested in monster trucks. Who would have thought? But my wife took me. My son. We went. So had a good time there. It was very late for him. He lost interest about an hour in. It's just not as fast paced. Like it's fast paced, but I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's just all the screens in this generation. Everyone's used to just like constantly being entertained. Then when there's a slight lull in the entertainment, people just like immediately lose interest. He was kind of that way, it seemed like, but he liked it. He likes monster trucks, so we took him there, and it was a good time. Got some dinner beforehand. Didn't get home till very late, and then up early the next morning again because my daughter had a volleyball tournament. She took home first place. Her team took home first place in that tournament, so that was pretty dope. And then I felt pretty lazy the rest of the day. I was pretty tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yesterday I was very lazy, big old piece of shit, laying around on the couch, not really doing much of anything, and just trying to. I guess I was just tired, man. I don't know. And then got up this morning, and I knew I was gonna have some work to do this morning. I had some work left over from last week to do this morning. Did not get to do that because I had to start brand new work for this week, coming off the heels of a meeting that my boss had Friday night with one of our pals at work, one of our suppliers, our vendors that we do business with. She had a meeting Friday night, sent us some notes, and then again sent us some more notes this morning, and immediately I sat down and was like, I have so much to do. Felt overwhelmed pretty much immediately. From the moment I sat down at that desk, I was like, God, I have so much to get done still. I have so much work from last week to catch up on, like from Friday, that I didn't get to do because I had to do other work for her, my boss, they got dumped into my lap kind of, I don't want to say last minute, but just day of, that took priority. And then now again, this is taking priority. So we, it's just been a lot, man. It's just been a lot. And I got as much done as I could. I have another meeting this afternoon. So I'm a little torn, enough about work. I'm a little torn on what gym to go to today. I want to go to the, jeez, man. I want to go to the sort of like the bodybuilding powerlifting gym that I normally go to, that I've been going to for the compounds. I want to go there because I want to use kilos and I want to record. I've enjoyed lifting there. However, I don't know if I'm going, like, time is going to permit that. I'm already kind of late into the morning. Um, I still have a little bit of work to do before my meeting this afternoon, and I want to get home in time for that. Plus, I got to get my lunch going. So I don't know if I'm going to really have time for that. Part of me is wanting to go to EOS up here just because it's close. It's very close to my house. I'm basically there already. I got to get through this one light, and then we'll be basically at the gym. So I'm kind of leaning towards that right now, simply because of the proximity to my house and the quickness in which I will be able to get my workout complete there. I would much rather go to the other gym, but man, I'm torn here. I got to make a decision too, because I'm here. I'm at this gym basically. As soon as this light turns green, I'm gonna have to. Yep, there we go. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go to EOS today. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Sorry, this video has been like very low value. It's a testament to my life these days of just me feeling very like frazzled and I don't know, just busy, man, busy. But I'm gonna go here because I'm on a bit of a time constraint today. So I was planning. I had every intention to go to the other gym because like I said, I've really been enjoying lifting there on the combo racks, especially doing like bench and squat on the combo racks. It's been a while since I've really used a combo rack, probably close to 2 years since I've actually gotten on a combo rack and benched, squatted, whatever. Usually, I gotta back this puppy in here, and then, but so it's been nice to go and do that. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Correct here. Sorry, I'm again just kind of all over the place because of my frazzled state of mind these days. But I just don't think once I saw all the work I had to get done this morning and all the work I still need to get done before my meeting, and even this afternoon, like I just have so much going on right now. Again, a blessing, but busy nonetheless. So I'm just gonna go in here and get a quick workout in here. I'm not gonna go. I'd like to squat tomorrow at the other gym on the combo rack. That would be pretty dope. But for now, I think we're just gonna go in here and hit up this gym and get bench done. I've got 3 sets of 3 today at 290 on bench, with some back downs at 205, and then some guillotine press as well, and then all my normal accessories. Like I said, the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty focused on bench and squat, as the last few weeks have been very focused on like heavy singles on deadlift. The upcoming weeks are going to be very focused on heavy singles on squat and bench, and just heavy sets in general. So yeah, looking forward to that, I guess. Be a nice change of pace. And then so this is week 8. That means 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have four weeks left, and then the 5th week we'll test maxes. Actually, I think technically it's 3 weeks left, and then week 4 we test a max on bench and deadlift, I think, and then the next week we test a max on squat. So they're getting close. We're getting close. By the end of November, we'll have some new max tests. But until then, we're just going to continue to follow the plan, man. So I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna get this show on the road. I'll try to record if I can. I really will. Um, but I'm not making any promises. Again, I'm still kind of on a time constraint, and recording in here is, you know, dodgy. So, anyways, yeah, cool. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you guys in a few seconds, either for a lift or for a continuation of our little conversation here in the car. So, see you in a sec. Workout complete. As I'm sure you can guess, there was no recording in the gym. You didn't miss a whole lot. I mean, 3 sets of 3, 290. Moved pretty well, you know. The first 2 reps moved pretty good. The third rep on the first set, I mean, not that I didn't move good, it just was like, I don't know, it put up more of a fight than I thought it was going to. But we hit all 3 sets, so three for 3 on the 3x3 at 290. Lots of rhyming there. Back downs went pretty well too. It was 2 sets of 6 at 205, and then I did the guillotine press, 2 sets of 7 at 185. Surprisingly, I mean, no elbow issues today, but surprisingly, like, my shoulders are now beginning to get tender, I guess. I don't really know why. So like in the like when they're stretched, like when I had the bar on my chest, that was whenever they kind of started to get a little tender, and like it didn't affect the lift that much, like if at all. But it was just something that I noticed while I was benching, especially on the guillotine press. Kind of felt it there. Maybe that's what it's from, honestly, because the guillotine press puts a pretty big stretch on my pec, just because of the way you lift it. You know, my elbows. I have a wider grip on the bar, and I don't. It's not like a traditional bench press where you're kind of coming down in a J. It's more of a straight line down slash kind of like almost back towards your head, because guillotine press, you know, the lower part of the lift, the bottom part of the lift is like right here, hence the name guillotine press. So I flare my elbows out a lot, and it's not a pressing motion like a comp bench would be, like a regular normal bench press, I guess. So it puts a little bit of a strain on the shoulders, but again, nothing that really affected my ability to get the lifts done. Minimal pain, so that's good, I guess. Looking at my wrist, not my watch, my imaginary watch here. Just looking at my wrist. So yeah, got it done, and actually going to this gym that was closer to the EOS, that was closer to my house, going to that one enabled me to get the full workout in. I didn't have to skip anything. I didn't, didn't skip anything. Was able to kind of, don't want to say take my time, but we got through it all, and I've got probably about 30 or 45 minutes to spare. So that's cool. I'm going to get home here, before too long. I'll probably be home before the hour is up. It's a little before 1 p.m. right now. My meeting in 30 minutes. I'll have plenty of time to kind of wrap up what I need to wrap up, and maybe heat up some leftovers from last night. Made some like honey garlic chicken in the crock pot. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Very easy. Like 2 pounds of chicken, I think. 2.5. I think it was 2 pounds. 2 pounds of chicken breast. You can use thighs if you want. My family just doesn't eat thighs. They prefer breasts. So did chicken breast, cup of ketchup, believe it or not, a cup of soy sauce, half cup honey, as much garlic as you can handle. I think I used like 12 cloves, and then chopped up, dumped that stuff in the crock pot. Call it good, man. Call it good. 4 hours on high, dunzo. Put over some rice, a little broccoli if you feel so inclined to zhuzh it up a bit, but you don't need it. So yeah, anyways, might heat that up, because that sounds pretty good, honestly, right now. It's pretty good. So outside of that, just because I'm short on time, so I'm probably not gonna go home. I'll check to see if I have beef made, but I don't think that I have enough made. So because I'm very, very poor at planning ahead on the weekends, especially after I had a long weekend this weekend, especially after a weekend like that, I just don't really, like, the last thing that I want to do is fucking cook food. So that's the only reason I didn't meal prep anything this week. But normally, I might have a little something made and ready to go. may just have to call an audible today. But yeah, so squatting tomorrow. I'm supposed to do 425 for a single, which should be pretty manageable given, I did 420 for 2 singles a few weeks ago. I forget, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did 420, 2 sets of 1. And those were pretty much, those weren't really an issue. So 425 on a 1x1 shouldn't be anything too crazy that I can't handle. The part that I am a little concerned about is in the coming weeks, I will have to hit a single at 100% on squat. So I'm going to have to hit like 445 on squat. I'm not like worried about it. I'm just, I don't think I've ever squatted it, ever. I don't know what the most I've ever squatted, like actually squatted in training was. A lot of times, if I don't have a spot, I'll just put some weight on the bar that, like, if I'm attempting a 1 rep max on squat, right? And it's calling for 440. And I'm not really, like, the last warm up I did, moved a little questionably, and I don't have anyone that I trust to spot me. I won't load up 440. I'll load up 435 or 430, and I'll hit a single there, something I'm a little bit more comfortable with based on how my last warm up moved. And then I'll hit that. And as long as that's not like a super big grinder, like as long as 430 or whatever, moves with, I'm not expecting it to be easy, but as long as I'm not like, grinding out a squat for, 7 seconds where I'm really fighting to get it up and stand back up, like as long as that doesn't happen, I'll mark it as a 9.5, like RPE 9.5, right? And so that means like, hey, could not have done another rep, but probably could have done a little bit more weight, like maybe 10 more pounds, So I think the max that I'm working off of now, which is 445, is one that was sort of implied. Hold on. All right, sorry, 5-0. So the 440 at 5 I'm working off of was one of those that was like implied, where I didn't hit it, but I hit like 435 and was like, yeah, that's an RPE 9.5. So it'll be interesting to see 445 actually happen. If it does happen, I don't even know if that happens. I really like to have 2 side spots. I don't really like to ask one person for a back spot on squats. There's not a lot of people that I trust on, like, I don't even trust myself to back spot somebody, dude, like on a squat. If you want me to spot you for a squat, you need to find somebody else to side spot you. Like, I'm happy to help, but I'm not going to do a back spot. I need another person, and we're side spotting. That's the only way this is going down. So that's kind of where I'm at with my spotting as well. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever squatted with just a back spot. Just hasn't ever happened that way. Never will, probably, because too much that could go wrong there. And then not only am I getting injured, but somebody else is also getting injured as well. So, I try not to do that. But anyways, that's just a long-winded way of saying we have squats tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to hitting 425. We'll see how it feels. And then, all up from here on bench and squat. So should be interesting. Should be very interesting. But it's been real and fun today. Had a good time with the gym. Was able to get a full workout session in. Really happy about that. And you know what? We're going to pick this up again tomorrow. I will be recording squats no matter what gym I go to. It just kind of depends on what my schedule looks like for work. But at some point, like, I will record squats no matter what gym I go to. So we'll have a video of that tomorrow. Just because it's a nice heavy single. So we'll do that. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to eat some lunch, prep for my meeting, and we'll talk tomorrow. So until then, be safe, be good, go to the gym.